these are the things what I've used for the Dreamcatcher. So this ring comes in a 30 centimeter, which means 12 inch, and I've taken 4 extra rings for the hanging. So this comes in a 12 centimeter, and these two comes in 10 centimeter, and the small one comes in 8 centimeter. For wrapping the ring, I have taken black leather cord in black shade, and then for the hanging I have taken normal knitting yarn and some beads in black shade for the hanging, and crochet thread in black and white shade for the weaving for all the 5 ring. And the crochet thread you can just roll in a needle or a pen or something, whatever you're comfortable with. You can roll it into it. And the final, I have taken a black feathers. So for the wrapping, I'm starting from the 12-inch ring, and the leather cord should comes in 6 meter for the 12-inch ring. First we have to stick the leather cord to the ring using a hot glue, so there won't be any chance that to get this attached from there. So I apply hot glue and then give a nice press. While wrapping the leather cord, make sure there shouldn't be any gap in between, and the leather cord shouldn't come in top of each, and then wrap it slowly. For the hanging, let's make a loop. For this I have taken the normal knitting yarn and then make a tight knot. Wrap the rest 4 rings, the remaining 4. For this I am using the normal knitting yarn. If you have the leather cord one, you can use that to wrap. Right now I don't have one, so I am using the normal knitting. Okay, now the second step is to start the weaving. First you have to make a tight knot. Make at least like 2 to 3 knots, minimum of 3. Make a tight knot first, and then you can apply some glue so that there won't be any chance that to get disattached or like to move from there. For the weaving, you can start from wherever you're comfortable with. So the first step is stretch it and pull it towards up, and then turn the needle all the way round and then insert it to the thread and then pull it towards up. So you got the loop here, and then continue same for the rest. This way of weaving is quite easier, what I felt. So what all you need is just practice it. You can also mark the measurements before weaving, so that makes easier for the beginners. So here you might get confused like where to like weave it. So this is the way I do, like stretch the thread, pull it towards up, and then same the way we do. take the thread all the way round and weave it to the first loop where we have made. Weave it through the first loop, and then you got the final loop, the last loop here, and then you can continue weaving the same method towards the center. While weaving, make sure guys, don't stretch the thread all the time. Just loosen up it and just weave it all the way to the center. That will be easier for you to, if you stretch it, it might be like tighter, it won't be that easier to weave. Once you're done with the weaving, next step is to lock it. So you have to pull all the way towards up, both sides and down, just like this, and then make a tight knot at the center. Okay, next step is to make the hanging. So that I have taken the normal knits and yarn, as I told you before, in a black shade. Cut the thread. You can cut it in a measurement what you want, or just cut it and later on you can cut the excess portion. First fold the thread and then insert the bead. Just fold the thread and insert it. You can use a needle to insert the bead if it's a small hole for it. Now pull the beads towards up and then insert the edge portions through the thread and then pull it. So you got the loop here. It's the same way as you did before, and you got the loop here, and then push the bead towards the ring. Here I have done the same method for the remaining 3. So the next step is to hang it. So here the 3 of the bigger size I have to hang it to the 12-inch one, and the smaller 8cm ring will hang on the 12cm one. To hang this, just insert the thread towards back side, just like this. The edges is not knotted, so you don't have to do it in the normal way. Just take both threads towards back side, towards backward, and then pull it. So you can take the measurement like whatever you want for the hanging, and then give at least 2 to 3 knots here. Knot at the back side, give it under the ring so that won't be that visible too. The 12-inch ring. For this, before weaving, I'm gonna add some beads to it. I'm gonna insert some white beads. So for inserting, you can also use a help of needle to insert it. That will be more easier. Continue doing the same method of weaving as I showed you earlier. For here, I'm starting from the down. what we have to do is do the same weaving method. While doing it, just place a bead over there. Just place a bead and then insert to the other loop. Insert the thread to the other loop and pull it towards up. So while looping, just place a bead there. Take out the rest beads and then pull it. So there you get the bead. Do this at least one round. So here you can see the magic of beads, what turn the weave into a different look. So I have left over with 5 beads here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place this, like weave it to the center portion. So now we have to attach the hanging what we have made earlier to the 12-inch ring. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the thread towards back side of the ring, backside, insert it in the center portion and then pull the thread towards up, pull it towards up just like this, and then take the both thread towards back side. Now you can measure measure the length, how much you might require. Take it according to it, and then now you can turn the ring towards the other side, and then you can make a knot over here. Make at least 2 to 3 knots, knot at the back on the under portion of the ring so that it won't be that visible. Make at least 3 knots, and then you can apply some glue if necessary. So now we have to make the tassels to attach the feathers all over. So here I'm using the normal knitting yarn. For the tassels, you can cut the yarn in how much of a size you may need it. The first thing you have to fold the yarn, fold it in an uneven size, not in an equal size. One should be shorter and one should be longer, just like this. To attach tassels, I'm starting from here. So it's the normal way of doing it. Just insert the thread to it. It's the normal way of looping what we have did earlier. Just insert it and just pull it out. So continue doing the same to the other side as well. So here I've done another way of tassels. What I've did is I just cut a single thread and then insert a bead, just like this. So this is our final step for Dreamcatcher. So our Dreamcatcher is black theme. So here I have taken a black feathers. This feathers, like so many feathers attached to it. This is the way I got. If you don't have one, you can just take the normal flowy feathers and then attach at least 5 together. So you can get this finish. And then now we have to attach it to the thread. First apply glue and then push the beads towards up and then attach the feather over there, just like this. So this is how it should be. One feather should be at the starting and the one should be at the end of the other. So continue doing the same way to the rest. So guys, this is the final look of our Dreamcatcher. After fixing the feathers, what I did is I just cut the excess threads, and you can see the excess threads, just cut out all that. That's it.